Hey guys, today's video is going to be a Mother's Day Q&A where I'll be answering your questions and also my daughters will be answering questions about me as a mother. Welcome back to Ria's World of Ideas. If you are new to my channel, I am Ria, and on my channel I love sharing all the ideas that I find helpful in my life and home, and hopefully you'll find them helpful in your life and home as well. So if you're not a subscriber already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you leave this video, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you're always notified on all the new videos that I put out. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up to let me know that you enjoyed it so that I'm able to bring more videos to you guys in the future that you guys would like. So all that being said, let's just jump into today's video. And as you can see, I have special guests with me today. I have my daughters, which is very rare because this one loves to be on the video, this one not so much. But for Mother's Day, she's going to be on the video for me. So I thought it'd be fun to do a Mother's Day Q&A because I did a couples Q&A for Valentine's Day. So I thought it'd be a cute little, video to do so I could see how they answer questions about me as a mother while they're at this age, and then any questions that you guys had for me. So let's just jump right in. I think we're going to do like, I'll answer a question, then you guys answer a question, so like that. Yeah. So we'll start off with, from Instagram, this is from one of my nieces. And then she wrote, how fun of a mom are you? Because you're the best niece, you're the best to your nieces and nephews. Thank you, Maraja. So that's for y'all guys. How fun of a mom am I?
On a scale of 1 to 10, let's see. maybe like 3, I don't know.
3?
Okay.
It'll be honest, be honest. I told them they could be honest, so be honest.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10? Okay, so what makes me fun?
You just like to be very interactive and you like to plan things. You're very creative with what you want to do.
So yeah, was that more fun when you were younger or older or both? Both. What do you think?
I go Ario 10 out of 10. I like that you're always planning stuff for us, you and Dad. You're always like trying to make things fun, trying to get activities during the summer
Some fun all around.
Yeah.
Right.
Fun all around. Okay, so now let's go to, we're going to go to Facebook, which we have some more questions on there as well. And I actually screenshotted that one because I didn't know if I was going to lose it. I'm still trying to figure out how to see these questions and stuff. So, all right, so I'm going to answer a question. So, let's see.
She has so many.
How do you keep your kids entertained when you're so busy? And I'm guessing she's asking maybe when she's younger because she has younger kids, when the kids were younger. So one of the things I did so I can get things done, and people we look at it now and we laugh, but when she was a baby, there's these there's these baby cages that you can buy, and it was I think it was meant for pets or babies too, right?
She enslaved her.
No, I did not enslave her. I did not enslave her. There was these little cages that you could put up. I think you can buy them. They come in an octagon shape. You connect them together. And they could be for pets or they could be for, toddlers and stuff like that. So I got basically a double set. And so our living room, you tired, baby?
No,
yeah.
I'm just
Our living room was a big living room. So I basically put 2 sets together and created a whole kind of barrier in the living room, and then I put all her toys in there. So I didn't. So I basically they laugh now. They talk about it now because they say that I trapped her and I imprisoned her. But that's how I got things done. I created basically her playroom was right there in the living room, and I was able to cook, clean, do everything I can because she was right in front of me, and then she had this little barrier around her, this cage. Basically a cage around her, and then I was able to get things done, but my house was always clean.
Yeah.
And she was always entertained because she was 3 or 4 years older than her. 3 or 4 years old. Yeah. So she's older than her, and then my nieces and nephews were always over all the time, and they would get in the cage with her. So they would entertain her too. So and then if they, if I was by myself whenever she was at, preschool, I would just put her in that little cage, and I would put all her toys in there, all her I even put with a little jungle gym slide in there, and the little dollhouse in there.
Yeah, there was a big
with the
dollhouse. I put everything in there, and so basically she had a playroom that was in front of me in the living room. It wasn't so nice for the living room, but hey, that's how I got things done. I was able to always get stuff, cleaning done and dinner done because she was right in front of me. And I always, from when they were young, I always had them in the swing or the bouncers and different things. I didn't let them focus. I didn't let them rely on being on top of me all the time, because if you do that, then you can't get nothing done. Even though they were kind of attached to me, but especially she used to cry at first when I would leave the house. But I got them used to being independent, and then she was a big help for her. And so, and I think it's because I actually worked in daycare too. And in daycare, when you working in daycare, you have to find ways to entertain the kids, especially in the nurseries when you're feeding one and burping another and putting one to sleep. You have to find ways to entertain them. So I think my daycare days kind of helped me make them entertain themselves. And then it was just.
Or
what else do you think? Huh?
You put me in the bouncer.
Oh, put you in the bouncer, the swing.
TV.
And I know a lot of you guys not like your kids watching TV, but I'm not gonna lie, I put her in the swing in front of the TV. And let me tell you,
You turned out fine.
they turned out fine. and I got my stuff done, right? Y'all turned out fine, right? And I got my stuff done. There was dinner always done. The house was always clean, right?
A's and B's.
They got A's and B's, so they're good, okay? They watch TV. They watch Nick Jr., Disney Jr., and they're fine. So if you have to put your kids in front of the TV with the swing to get things done, it's okay. Don't feel like you have to always watch. You have to depend on people talk about too much TV time. Do what you got to do to get things done.
Or like my blankie.
Oh, you love your little blankie.
As long as we had our necessities like a blanket or a certain stuffed animal, we were fine.
Exactly. And the pacifier, guys. The pacifier. Like the minute they were born, I was like, can I get a pacifier? And I got them used to the pacifier. I know some kids don't take it, but I like
There was no choice.
I make sure I tried my hardest to let them take it, and then they got used to it and they loved it. And then what?
So shoved it into my mouth.
I did not shove it into your mouth. I made them like get used to it, but that's how I got things done. So with their little, having their little loveys and making sure that I tried to get them more independent and not always on me as much. Okay, so it's gonna be one for y'all. What? Okay. Tell your mom the sweetest appreciation speech for Mother's Day. Which is gonna be hard for you.
How about I just go get that card?
Yeah, she wrote me a nice little card.
Yeah,
so
I wrote a card. So
and I'll post it on Instagram and you guys can see it.
Yeah, so there's my appreciation speech.
Oh.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
I'm just trying to think.
You just say what you appreciate about
Mary
me.
Daniels, I'd like to thank you for being the perfect mother.
There's
I
nobody
could
that's
ever ask
perfect
for.
though. Oh, okay.
I could ask for. And giving me a sister before I was born.
So you want to be born?
Making me dinner and lunch and taking care of me and buying me clothes and giving me all the necessities that I need.
It seems like I'm holding up a card for you.
I know, it seems like you're holding up like cue cards.
And
But that was
giving
sweet,
me
baby.
the necessities that I need.
Okay,
But
so
what?
I'm gonna give y'all another one. Okay, another one. What's your favorite thing about your mom?
She's strict, but she's fun.
I'm strict, but I'm fun. So that's your favorite thing about me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it's that you're fun, like the whole, you really like to do things that'll entertain us and make us happy. You don't want us to always have like one source like our phone or like a TV. You always try to make things more fun and always have more activities and more things to do with us because you want us to have like a fun childhood to remember.
Yeah.
So I like that. That's
And
my favorite.
you always used to make videos, like when we were younger.
Home videos?
Yeah, you
Which,
love
look, it turned into me
Like,
loving
make
videos now.
memories.
Yeah, she was always the one videoing out of
Yeah.
everyone in the family.
I have all the home videos, even with my nieces and nephews. So I'm liking this video, guys. You guys are making me feel good today. Okay, so for me, how do you survive? I'm barely making it. So with motherhood and stuff like that, I have to figure that to survive, like I said, you have to get your kids used to entertaining themselves. And also, like, I had my nieces and nephews over and they loved to play with my girls, and then she was a great entertainer for her, and then vice versa. Now that my brother and my sister have younger younger kids too, they're great entertainment. So always have like kids help you out too, that they can come over and help entertain, because kids love to be a help when it comes to little kids. They do. And so always have kids around to help you out. And also just realize that you're going to mess up. You're not perfect. You don't have all the answers, and everybody messes up.
Motherhood is different for everybody. You can't
Motherhood is different, and every kid is different. Like, that's another thing. Like, these two are totally different in personalities. Like, they're similar in some ways, but they're totally different. And it's okay to parent differently. Like, I know some people be like, oh, I treat everybody equally, which you should treat them equally, but there's a different way you gotta parent. Like, some kids, and I learned this working in daycare and in school, some kids, you can talk to them sternly, not even yell, or just like talk to them sternly and they will instantly cry because they don't want to be disappointed with you. Another kid, you could talk to them sternly and they don't get it until you yell. Like there's certain kids you have to do different things with, because some kids you don't have to yell at them for them to listen. Some kids you do have to yell at them for them to listen. Some kids you have to take this away. Some kids you have to punish this way. So every kid is different when it comes to being, you know, to raise them. And even when you think you got it, you don't got it. And even though when you think you know them, they surprise you and then they change, but that's okay. No, that's what I'm saying. They're growing into themselves, so they're constantly changing. So when you think you know them, don't get discouraged when you don't know them anymore. It's just that they're learning themselves, just like you're learning yourself. Like what I am now in my late 30s, I'm not the same as when I was in my 20s. So just realize that they're going to change as well, and you are going to change. So, all right, one for you guys. What is your favorite? Oh, no, I already asked that. What's your favorite food your mom makes?
Potato soup.
Potato soup, the one in the crock pot. Potato soup.
But to clarify on that, because I would say it at school all the time and nobody knew what I was talking about, it's basically just creamier mashed potatoes but with bacon and cheese. So it's really good.
What's yours?
I don't really have favorite food because I like eat everything. I just don't like mashed potatoes really.
Yeah. So she's
like
basically she's a good eater. Okay.
She doesn't like mashed potatoes. I'm not a good eater.
It's just
Don't
that
lie.
mashed potatoes just make me. No, I can't do it unless they're French fries. I can eat French fries.
For me, what is something that surprised you as big when you became a mom? The one thing that surprised me was I never knew, and I feel like I'm gonna tear up when I say this. I never knew love at first sight existed until I saw her, like until I met my child. Like I'm about to cry. I instantly fell in love with her when she was in my belly. Like once I felt her move, I instantly fell in love with her. But when I saw her, I never realized the power of love, like true love at first sight, until I laid eyes on my daughter and then laid eyes on my other daughter. Like it's something like that people talk about, but you don't realize how much love you have when you see your child. And even in it, and it's cliche, but you go through all the pain. And I have them both natural, because and not by choice, because I have a spinal problem, so I'm not able to get the epidural. So I had them both natural. And it was a horrible pain, but when you see your baby, it's like it was all worth it. And it truly is all worth it. And I always tell them all the time, I said, nobody in this world, I don't care who you marry, will ever love you as much as I love you. Like I love you and I adore you and I will go to bat for you. Like I never used to be the type of person like that, you know, confrontational or anything like that. I don't like confrontation, but if I feel like you did something to my child, I'm like, I go crazy. Like when it comes to my kids, it's different. Like I'm not a confrontational person, but with them, it just changes.
And she means the same for both of us. It's just I was born first.
Yeah, I mean the same for both of them. It's just that she was born first. But I never knew love at first sight existed until I saw my babies. So that was what surprised me as a mother. Okay, so for y'all, what is one rule that you wish you could have?
A wish we rule we want?
Yeah, a rule that you guys want. Okay, let me check on it.
Like
Honestly, I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
You always have stuff like all the time.
See, now that I'm put on the
if it was
spot.
one rule that I wish I didn't have, I would be able to answer.
Maybe that's what she was asking. What's one rule you wish you? Well, she said could have, or oh no, she said, and then the other one is what rule your mom has that you wish didn't exist.
Okay,
So there's one rule you wish you had and one rule you wish didn't exist. So if you can't figure the other one, just the other one. One rule that you wish. You guys are always complaining about rules. I know you guys have like
earlier in life that I was like this isn't your fault, of course, because I quit everything. But I wish I was like forced into some type of extracurricular, because I don't have like any specific talents. I don't play sports. I don't play instruments. I can't sing. I don't dance. I don't do anything. So I wish I like stuck with something as a child. So maybe like actually having a hobby that was a requirement as a kid. Like it's too late now. I'm stuck here. And academics will be my focus. But as a kid, I wish there was something that like our rule was like you have to do like some type of extracurricular, which I did.
So you wish I wouldn't that there was a rule that you couldn't quit.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Although that would have been.
And I don't like the thing is that is a good rule. I love it when parents do that. I just don't like to force them into anything that they don't want to do. And so unless it's something that they have to do, like if it's school, I told her I was like, suck it up. I said I had to go to school. I had to do it. So you're gonna do it. So suck it up. Like school is, you got to do it. They're not gonna get past that. But
and before I say this, I'd like that you're protective. I do.
okay.
But sometimes you're a little bit overprotective.
I know I am, and I'm proud of it. Go ahead. What am I overprotective of?
Like, sometimes you don't let me go somewhere with my friends because you're like, oh no, I'm gonna take you because like one time I had a chance to go in a limo to my friend's birthday party and I was not allowed to go in that limo because she didn't trust the limo driver. Anyone
she doesn't trust any
so she had to drive me over there.
I don't trust people. She got to the party. I just drove behind the limo.
The only time she's trusted somebody to like drive us was like on buses for field trips, and most of the time she was a chaperone. She was right behind the bus.
Or I was in the bus.
Or she was in the bus.
Yeah. I was in the bus.
She was always there.
I'm very protective of my babies, and especially when it comes to cars and stuff like that. And so, now at this age now, if you had the choice if you had a party to go in the limo, I will let you go now. But you were like, what grade was that? 3rd grade?
3rd.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
You were.
So I'm just very protective of them, and like with field trips too. And the funny thing is, my mom was very overprotective of me, and I always said, I'm never gonna be like that. I'm never gonna be like that. And I'm exactly like my mom. And now as a mom, I see why she was so overprotective and why. Because when you get older, you realize things that you didn't know as a child, and then you want to protect your kids from. So, any other rules?
Well, it said a rule that we don't want to. So
I did one that I don't want. I gotta give one that I do want.
You didn't give one that you do? Well, a rule I wouldn't want. There's probably a lot, but like being put on the spot and having to think about it now, it's like my brain is empty. But probably,
I don't know, like a rule.
well, for school, if I think for school, when I have a missing assignment, as long as I like tell them that I'm working on it and let them know, they're not gonna get upset with me when they get the email. But the thing is,
this is virtual school, so any of y'all parents can relate about missing assignments.
I just kind of wish I could tell them I have a missing assignment, but not have to explain why. Because sometimes I'm just like really, really tired, and I'll just skip over it and plan to go back to it. It's just like a whole complicated situation, having to explain that. It's like I don't even want to tell them in the first place. So I kind of wish like telling them the reason wasn't a rule.
But to be fair, I was very understanding the first time around that happened. Yes. The second time, this is a repeated thing. Every time she gets caught up, then she gets behind, and I'm like, what the? Like, after so much, I can only be so, lenient. Yes. Okay, so another one for me. What is one advice that you would tell new mothers? I would say, sleep when the baby sleeps. That's what you need to do. Sleep when the baby sleeps, and shower when you can. And for her, she never, for some reason, when she was little, she never wanted, she had to see me. So I would have to put her in the car seat as I took a shower. So I would have like a little I would have the curtain back so she could see me as I take a shower. So be creative when you need to take a shower. If your baby needs to see you and stuff like that, like to take a shower, but make sure you take care of yourself when you are, with the baby. And also enjoy the moments, guys. I always say that, and I tell them all the time, I was like, you guys have 18 years to be a kid. You have like the rest of your life to be an adult, but you only have 18 years to be a kid. Enjoy it. And I'll tell you guys, enjoy your kids that are small. Because I just thought about the other day that I'm like, oh my God, she's about to be a sophomore. And oh my God, she's about to be in 7th grade. Like, where did the time go? Like, she could be going off to college and in about 3 years, and my time is gone. And so, like, enjoy the time. Like, I know a lot of people, want to be like, I have to do this now, as a personal thing. But enjoy your time with your kids because, like I said, they have so many years to be an adult, but you only have 18 years to have them as a child. So I would say enjoy that time. One thing that your mom does that gets on your nerves. Oh, Ari has a list.
I already know.
Ari has a list.
I think, and I'm surprised you haven't done it in this video a lot, but I think it's interrupting. That is a big thing that she does.
Because I'm getting better.
She just did it right now.
As I said, I'm getting better.
Yeah, you can see it in the last video from Valentine's Day where it's just that she wants to talk so much that she just has to say it. But at the same time, she gets onto us for interrupting her. Yeah. So,
yeah.
But she has like that habit too, so that's one thing.
I would say pulling the mom card, but she hasn't done that in a while. She hasn't said like...
She does that daily.
I haven't said that lately.
No, she hasn't said that lately.
You have to tell them what the mom card is.
Yes, the mom.
Basically, pulling the mom card is when we talk back and we're like, why do we have to do this? And she says, because I'm your mother.
It's not really talking back though. We'll just be like, oh, why? Or like, oh, why am I getting my phone taken? Because I'm your mother. There's probably,
Well,
there
because
might
I
not even
say
be a
so.
valid reason.
Because I said so, and I'm the mother. Yes, I am that Puerto Rican mom that I don't have to tell you the reason I did. I said it, and that's it. That's it. I don't have to tell you a reason. That's how I feel. I know a lot of y'all new moms are like, well, we gotta explain things again. That's cool. That's cool. If y'all want to do that, I'm old school. And I'm not saying that my way is better. I'm not saying that this is just what works for me. And then, I mean, honestly, it works good because I don't get complaints from these girls. So, like, I don't get complaints about, like, people, not complaints from you guys, complaints about people about y'all. So, how hard I am on them, I know I'm a very strict parent, but I know that, like, they can go to the school and I get, like, I get messages and I get people pulling me aside talking about how great they are and then how good they are. And sometimes I'm even shocked. I'm like, really? But it's like, you know, then you see how, like, I was working at a school and I went to work at a school, you see how disrespectful kids can be. Then you're like, oh, no wonder that they say my kids are so well behaved, because I teach my kids to respect adults and to act right and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm strict, but obviously it's working somewhat. Somewhat.
One thing that she didn't do, it's like the same thing, like you cut off people, like when kind of argument, you just cut us off.
Yeah, because like the
yeah.
thing is, she can admit that she's wrong. She's capable of doing that, but she never lets the argument, or not even argument, the discussion get far enough for us to prove that she is wrong.
Like she just said,
she's like, I'm not having this conversation with you. Okay.
No, I do that when I feel like it's not gonna go nowhere. Like I know if I. She's kind of different in a way. She's kind of lenient in a way, but she's stuck on her opinions too. This one's a mule like her father. She will tell you the sky is green, and regardless if we give you a picture of the sky is blue, she's still gonna argue it and still argue it. So when I met my husband, I met my match, and I think I told you guys that before. And I met my match with my daughter. Like, I will be like, we're not gonna budge. So neither one is gonna budge. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. You got your opinion. I got my opinion. It is what it is. Unless it's something that's like.
But you don't budge either.
And no, I don't. But
well, you don't. Here's the thing. Like, you can admit you're wrong, but not really. Because like,
no, I will admit I'm wrong if I really feel like I'm wrong. But if I don't feel like I'm wrong, I'm not gonna admit I'm wrong.
Because the thing is, you're not really listening to the other side of the argument.
Yeah, you're not.
You're not hearing that we're trying to like tell you why we think what we think. You're just hearing that we're arguing with you and we disagree with you. That's all she hears.
But also, you guys are. But the thing is, you guys are seeing it. You're arguing in a kid's point of view, and I'm arguing as a parent point of view. So, and that's nothing I can tell you as a mom. And like, there's going to be times where it's just the argument is just going to be ending as both people are going to be upset, because we're always going to see things as an adult point of view, and they're always going to see things as a kid's point of view. And a lot of times, depending on the argument, you're never going to see in the middle. Like, they're never going to understand certain things until they become a parent themselves. And so sometimes you just got to figure out, like, okay, you got your opinion, I got my opinion, but let's just meet in the middle, or let's agree to disagree. Like, if it's something that is very, like, it's a rule or something that I want them to follow, then no, they don't have to agree with what I said, but they got to follow what I said. They don't have to agree with it, but they don't have to follow it. But if it's something like we're just arguing about opinions and stuff like that, you can keep your opinion, I'll keep my opinion, and we just respect each other's opinions. And that's a lot of things that me and her had to grow into, because she's growing up in being very opinionated and very activist and very, like, she has very strong opinions about certain things, and she can go on and on about them. And it's just like, okay, all right, can we move on to something else that makes you angry or makes you happy, actually?
Because you don't let me finish, and that just makes me upset because then I have more to say.
But doesn't she have a lot to say when she's, like, angry about something?
There's two options for, like, yes. The ending of, like, a discussion with you is two options. Okay, all right, or change the subject.
But see, she's also like her dad, where, like, sometimes if she's proven a point and I'm like, okay, because I just want to end the argument, because I already know it's not going to go anywhere where we're going to see eye to eye. So I'm just like, okay. They get frustrated because they want me to see their side,
because
or they want me to, like, they want me to agree with them. And I'm like, well, if I say, okay, that means that I already know you are stuck in your opinion. I'm stuck in mine. We are not going to agree. So, but they're very passionate. That's the word that your dad uses, passionate. They're very passionate about their opinions, and they want you to see it too.
Not even passion. I'm just right.
Who else said that? Who else said that in the couples Q&A? Your dad was like, I'm just passionate about, because I'm always right. That's what
you just put a clip right there, like side by side, and then slow motion it.
They are similar, and it's funny because she's like me emotionally, but another, like, opinion wise with that, she's like her father.
Yeah.
So okay, so let's see. What's the best thing you love about your mom? I think it was like the same thing that she said.
Yeah.
No, she said, what's the best thing you love about your mom? And then what's the...
Favorite thing about you.
The favorite thing.
So yeah, it's like same thing.
So it's like the same thing. So is there any questions? I'm gonna end this. So that's all the questions that we had. So I'm gonna see if y'all have any questions for me. Because it's gonna be like a little, you know, kind of a what's it called, a therapy session.
Podcast.
But or I have questions for y'all.
Okay.
And I kind of know the answers. So what kind of mother do you think you guys are going to be? If you could think about right now, what kind of mother do you guys think you're going to be?
I think I'm gonna be non-existent because I will not be having children.
She doesn't want children.
She says that, but I have a niece that she's similar to that always says she was never going to have kids. And she has 2 kids now, which stay tuned because me and her are doing a collab on Tuesday, a closet organization collab, and you'll see her channel and stuff like that.
I do not claim this.
And she has 2 kids now.
I do not claim this negative energy with this prediction of me having children.
She said she's not gonna have kids. She's just gonna have pets. So what kind of? Okay, so what about dog mom or pet mom that you're gonna be?
Spoiler. Like
Oh, geez.
everything.
Spoiler.
And what about you? What kind of mom do you think you're gonna be?
Dedicated to them.
I want to have kids one day. So I want to be strict, and but I also want to be like I basically want to be you, but a different.
Me?
Yes.
Just like the same thing I say. I'm like, I am my mother, but I am a. What did you say? I'm Vegeta 2.0.
Yeah.
I'm like I am my mother, but
level
differently, a little bit differently. Like I am strict like her, but they get more privileges than I did. But it's still kind of reined in. So, and I feel like that's you do that. You learn from your parents, you learn from your moms, and you just kind of adapt. Like you take traits that you like, and then you make your own. So I think that's good.
Yeah, I think I'll be like strict like her, but like not cute. Because the one thing I'm scared of is like I'm afraid like my kids will be like mad at me or something.
Are you mad at me?
No, I'm not mad at you.
Because I'm strict. I mean, okay, so then kids gotta understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
If I was a parent though, I'd want my kids to know that they're going to have to get disciplined for the things they do, and I want them to be like not want to get punished, of course. But I don't want them to be like afraid to tell me something. So if they did something bad, that could be completely their fault. I don't want them to think I can't tell my mom this; she's gonna kill me. I can't tell her this at all. I want them to think I need to tell my mom this. Like I know I'm gonna get punished, but I still need to tell her this, and they can have that trust and that
confidence to
like the comfortableness.
yeah.
comfort.
The comfort to be able to tell me what happened. And I also want to be like able to be calm in those situations, try to understand the kid and why they might have done this or like what might have happened, try to understand the full story before I get into the punishments.
Ooh,
You guys have been like that though too. There's times where they will like this one she'll lie or she will omit the truth, and then later on I'll be cleaning the kitchen and they'll come in there like, I gotta tell you something. I'm like, okay, and it'll be like something 2 days ago or a week ago.
Or
They
a year
eventually
we don't like
tell
lying
me.
to you.
They eventually tell me. So I feel like y'all are comfortable telling me things then, or
Eventually.
no?
Yeah, eventually.
It's just I have this really I don't know if it's a moral compass, but like this really high like empathy and really I guess good consciousness to where I'll automatically feel bad for whatever lie I told. I could have told her like I didn't eat your food, and then okay, I did eat your food, but it's because I was hungry. Like I'll feel automatically bad for it.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
What's one pet peeve that me and her do? Like, what's one thing that you don't like?
Those
that
are the
we do?
scrolls and movies
That I
go
could
on.
change about y'all?
Yeah, that you would want to change.
Well, I wouldn't want to change anything, but one thing that is a pet peeve is how you leave everything everywhere. Like there's a trail. She's like, what is that? Hansel and Gretel. She
With the
leaves a
bread
trail wherever. You always know where Brianna's at in the house because she leaves a trail everywhere she goes. And so I want her to change that. And she always forgets to pick things up. For Ari,
Get out of your room.
no. For Ari,
Be quiet sometimes.
no. For Ari, I would want her to be. I would want her to be more like her younger self. I feel like when she went to middle school, I kind of hated it because when she went to middle school, she the way kids are in middle school, it kind of changed her. So she started worrying too much about people's opinions, and she stopped being lively and being herself, like on camera or in front of company or anything like that, because she was so concerned about what people think. Because middle school is hard. Middle school is, and kids in middle school are mean. And so I want her elementary personality to come back, because she was so confident. She didn't care. She's still funny, but she was just like, so I wish a little bit of that. I wish a little bit of that would come back.
If you go watch like older videos,
you will see her true
I'm
self.
not really in the newer, her most recent videos, only this one really, I think.
Yeah.
Like if you go
You
like
can,
4
you can
years
see,
back.
if you go, no, not 4 years,
Like
like
three?
maybe 2 years back, 2 or 3 years back, you can see drastic difference between me then and me now. I was just annoying.
She was.
It wasn't really funny. I was just annoying and open with it.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna end that Q&A because it's gonna be a long video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Mother's Day Q&A. Happy Mother's Day to all you wonderful mothers out there. And I'll be doing more of these Q&As if you guys want, or any other questions you want me to answer, leave them down below. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on my next video. Bye guys.
Bye.
Hey guys, don't forget to click on the picture in the middle of the screen so you can subscribe to my channel and get notifications on all the new videos that I put out. And check out these other 2 videos that I have posted on my channel on either side of my picture. Have a great day.